Good morning, YouTube. So I had somebody give me some information yesterday that's got me questioning a few things, and maybe you guys can help me because I have my theories, but there's not enough evidence for me to connect the dots. So I'm asking you guys your opinion, and that is, there's a theory going around that the Vatican is connected to everything, right down from commerce to control of religion to politics. And there's a lot of things that leads to say that they are involved, but there's just not enough evidence. But the question I ask is, the probability is pretty high. Just I need all the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Well, there are some facts here. One, the Vatican has the largest library of scrolls, books, artifacts, tablets, and only a hand select few are allowed to view all these things, mainly the Pope. The Pope's pretty much the only one who has access to the entire library. Second is they say that every religion has to go through a central hub, and according to that, that links to the Vatican as well. Now, my theory with the Vatican and politics goes back to the 1980s. Because if you guys stopped and thought about who was the huge supporter of the Reagan administration, that was the Catholic Church and the Teamsters Union. So George Carlson said it best when he said that the Reagan administration was backed by organized religion and organized crime. So they do kind of go hand in hand. And of course, then again, when you say the word crime, that just leaves a very valid bad taste in your mouth, because the things you and I grew up believing were crimes, a lot of them weren't. They have these laws out there, they're called victimless crimes, and I've covered that before. That's just to generate revenue. They're not really crimes, but it's a way for the police department to get funding, because they've always been underfunded. So this movement for defund the police was just downright stupid, because they were already pretty much defunded from the get-go. But the fact that they're trying to link all the big guys at the top that are in control of everything with the Vatican, the probability is high, but there's just not enough evidence. And I'm not saying that there's no evidence to prove it. I'm just saying the evidence is well hidden. So this is something I know very little about. I had my opinion on organized religion in the days, and it kind of made me biased. So after about 5-10 years of research, I just stopped. But I'm seeing now, after I got this information brought to me, that I should have stayed on top of the whole organized religion thing. So with that note, ladies and gentlemen, y'all get a chance. If you know anything, got any leads, hit me up. Let me know. Since we're talking about religions, I'll keep bringing it up. If you haven't had the chance, check out the Hopi people. The Hopi people believed that there were special tablets that were handed down from the heavens by the Great Spirit, and they went to the 4 major tribes. And those tribes were the men of black, the men of red, the men of yellow, and the men of white. And all the Hopi's prophecies have been pretty much accurate as far as metaphors go. And they were talking about how we're gearing up for, I think it's the 9th age. I do believe it's the 9th age of man. And according to them, the 4 main tribes, 3 of them still have their tablets. No one knows what the white culture has done with their tablets. Now, the only reason why I brought that up is to clarify a few things, because people are like, well, Tom, there's only 4 colors of humanity in that spectrum. You're leaving out classes. No. I want to clear something up. According to the Hopi people, the Aztecs, the Mayans, anybody of Hispanic descent is classified as the red people. So, all these old indigenous tribes, like me, I can't speak, it's too early in the morning, I need caffeine. But these indigenous tribes were based off of 4 categories spread out through the world. And at one point in time, all 4 of them lived in harmony. Knowledge has been abused and misused to segregate us more and more and more. So the segregation effect's been going on for thousands, if not millions of years. Because like I said before, they keep finding proof that we've been around longer than what our history is allowing us to know. And then again, you know, our history has been proven to be altered. You know, like I said before, history's written by the winners. And the quote, a friend of mine, Josh Lewis, if you're listening, mad props, because he reminded me that one of the best journalist avenues is, if the lie sounds better than the truth, print the lie. And I guess I really never understood that statement until now. It's not the first time I've heard it, but it didn't really dawn on me the importance of that statement until now. I don't want to debunk anybody's belief systems. Segregation was also part of religion. Religion's been used to segregate us for a long time, and it's done horrible things. Think about the Spanish Crusades during Christianity, what the things they did to the pagan people, you know. People say that they're going to try to build us up to one world religion. That's narcissistic at the most. Diversity's always been a gift, you know. And the fact that these religions are grouped into sects, yeah, people might have similar beliefs and they band together, but I honestly believe faith and spirituality is done by the individual, you know, because my perspective of God is different than your perspective of God, and evidence have shown that everybody's is, none of them is wrong. What we do have a problem with is anything, including the Bible. If man can get his hands on it, it's going to be altered, twisted. I've seen that happen through long periods of time. Just how they worded things in the Bible, you know. Last time I checked, you know, when they start talking about homosexuality, people always go back to Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, I've kept every revision of the Christian Bible growing up that was handed to me. And I can show you where they changed those phrases, which each 15, 20 years they rewrite it. In the original one, Sodom and Gomorrah talked about, the first thing they covered was men laying with boys, talk about pedophilia. It had nothing to do with gay. Gay was not brought up until the later renditions. So, again, that's just proof that man's altering things. And they've admitted that parts of the Bible have been removed. That's why there's constant contradictions in it. One passage would say one thing, and then you get later on in the book, a different passage would say another thing. But also with that in mind, you keep in mind that every single book in that Bible is the perspective of 12 different individuals. So everybody's not going to see it the same way. But either way, I always take what I see in those Bibles with a grain of salt. Because like I said, man touches things, man screws things up. It's just what we do. We don't mean to do it, but, you know, we're bad for, like, letting people tell us what to think and how to do. And it's getting old. It's getting old, you know. We follow as many rules as we can to satisfy our bosses at our jobs, or to keep society off our back. You know, we comply a lot. And now they just want us to comply on everything. And I'm just not ready for it, man. You know, I don't want my entertainment taken away. I don't want my free thinking taken away. I don't want my freedom of speech taken away. Because anybody who knows me, I got a mouth. I will shoot my mouth off. And I enjoy having that right. You know? I have a right to believe the way I believe, just like the rest of y'all. We are just millions of individuals trying to survive a chaotic time. So, may faith be with you all. and I'll catch you all next time.